What's up, fellas? Your boy Darkkell coming to another quick video. All right, fellas, update, man. So it's your boy Darkkell, and the contract is a week and a half away from being complete. I did get my title back already because me and the guy that I was doing the business with, we did have a little disagreement, and he decided to terminate the contract a little bit earlier as far as my truck in the company, because he didn't want to keep paying me what the contract, said he had to pay me, because I guess, coronavirus and things were getting tougher. I think he just got greedy and he didn't want to keep giving me what the contract meant, and he wanted me to work more days. So I told him, well, I'll park my truck. We end this contract and I'll finish the weeks for you in your truck, which is what I'm doing. So right now I'm in a 2014 Cascadia, which is his truck, and halfway through this week already, about to one more week and I'm done. So I'm gonna give you guys an update on Old Yeller. If you guys see my videos and you know that Old Yeller has an issue, well, yeah, by the way, guys, I am puffing on the Cusano CC. How about, this is the Cusano Cuba. Can't really see too good, but it's all good. But these cigars, these are about $3-4 a pop, depends where you get them. Real good cigar for a good price, very tasty. The Toro size, I really like him. Well, that's what it is, with the little punch in the back. That's how I rock. Real good cigar. But anyway, let's continue. So the update on my Century, man. So the Century finally took a shit on me. It's done. It did what it had to do, which is funny though, because it actually happened the same week that we had the disagreement. So we had the disagreement. I parked the Century, and I guess it hadn't happened because I was turning it on and running it every day. But once it got to a point where I was going through like 14 gallons of water a day, which I don't think I made a video on that, but it got the leak the problem that it had, where I was getting oil into my reservoir, got worse. I was getting more oil in there, and it got to a point where it would just lose water all day. And and if you guys knew, it's confirmed. So I had one of my sleeves had a crack in it, and I guess when I had the disagreement with the guy and I parked the truck was parked for like 4 days in front of one of his trailers, and all the water that was in the reservoir leaked into the top of the pistons somehow, and I went to go turn on, like, whoop, done. It was done. The mechanic, called it. Said the engine's jammed. That's it. It's done. So Old Yeller, my 05 Century, is done. Needs an engine rebuilt. So I'm like, okay, what I'm saying. I was a little bit upset about that, but remember, I do have options. I got Maybach, which is where I'm going back. I have decided to go back to Maybach over the road. It's just, the local thing is, it's a lot of hours, and it requires you to, unless you're working for like a big company like Slider, JB Hunt, or one of these little companies, that you can get home. The realistic thing that to work local, you're not gonna get a local job and make over $1,000. I mean, they can say that you are, and it's possible, but you gotta work. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, when you calculate the money, you're working for like 12, 13 bucks an hour, and I'm straight with that. So I do have the options to go back to Maybach to get the Kenworth, or they had other options for me. I just had to skip all that, man. I waited on God. I was really trying to see if I find a way how I could rebuild the engine on Old Yeller, and I stopped trying, and I just gave it to God. I said, you know what? I'm gonna let Him decide what I'm gonna do. And if you guys know how God works, God doesn't always give you what you want. He will give you what you ask for if you ask with faith, but He's gonna give you what you need and the way He feels you need it. So I spoke in faith, that I said, this is gonna get resolved. I could have just been an asshole, and once I got my title, because my title was hung up on the contract. Once I got my title free from the contract, I could have been asking me like, and just bounce on this guy, but that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't want to leave him no excuse to say, oh, well, as soon as he left, I'm gonna finish my time. That's why I'm in his truck. So whatever. Anyway, so that happened. So I applied for loans. I looked around, someone that maybe wants to invest, and couldn't find no one. So I just gave up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to God, put it in His hands, and I'm just gonna keep working, and just He will resolve this for me. So I was expecting someone, maybe someone in my family, or maybe the bank to give me that loan, but God did come through for me, just not the way I expected it. So if you guys see my previous videos, and I spoke about my uncle, the Century Master. He's had Centuries. He's had like 3 or 4 of them in the past, and he has 2 right now, a black one and a blue one. And it's funny because the first time I actually went as owner operator, like real owner operator, booking my loads by myself, was in one of his trucks with his company, O&T National Trucking. And I was driving in his 2000 Century, which is like a black. It's a black one, but it's really black and gray, but it's mostly black. I love that truck. You can't. When I first got a truck, I really wish I could just own that truck. But my uncle wasn't trying to sell none of his trucks. Those are money makers. He has that Cummins M14 in it, which is a real good Cummins engine. When he bought it, the truck was basically rebuilt. I didn't put that many miles on it, and then I know that my cousin Richard's homeboy drove it, Mark, for a while at Maybach, but he didn't put that many miles on it. So my uncle's drove it locally, so that truck is practically still a new engine. At this point, it don't matter because my truck has no engine. My truck is done. My truck either needs a swapped engine or a rebuild. So the blessing came unexpectedly, and I try to go through one of my uncles that I know got money, and he doesn't want to invest in trucks, and I get it. You gotta respect that. So he told me to call, my uncle with the Century, which is his brother. So I did, and I called my uncle, and I said, "Yo, this is my situation. What can we do? Is there anything we can do in business?" I'm trying to get to him to get one of his mechanics, maybe finance me work or something, and I'll put my title up or whatever. But I was blown away with what he gave me the offer. He basically told me to bring him my Century that's got the engine blown, and that he's gonna give me his Century, the black one, which is the first Century that I drove, which I love that truck. He has it tricked out with a brand new chrome bumper, like the nice one, and man, his interior is banged up. Cause my uncle's trucks are banged up on the inside, but he literally called me, told me to bring him my truck that's got the blown engine, that I could take my headlights that I just bought for it, I could take my chair, I could take pieces from my interior, put it in his truck, in the black Centuries to complete it. Basically all my lights, I could take all my stuff off my truck and put it, all the chrome and everything, and put it into the 2000 Century. Mine's a 2005 with a blown engine, his is a 2000, but I think it has a better engine. So, my uncle telling me that I was in shock. I couldn't believe it, and I know that this is God's work working through my uncle. My uncle recently got saved. He didn't used to believe in God, and he recently went through a God encounter and got saved. That's a whole nother story. But I truly believe that God is faithful, and guys, God's not always going to give you things that you ask for the way you want or expect it. He will come through for you, but it's going to be His way, His time, and He's going to give you what you need, not what you want. So He's giving me a truck that's, it's a 2000, which I actually like that grill better. I've always liked that look better than the 05s. It's got a good engine that I know is going to last me. I know my uncle knows that truck in and out, and it's gonna get me rolling. And it's a truck that's been registered with Maybach before, so the transfer is going to be easier. And Maybach has an office in Miami, so I'm super excited. So this weekend I'll be darling with that truck, which is going to be my new truck. I'm going to be taking Old Yeller down there and transferring all my stuff from that truck to this truck. And my uncle's going to fix it eventually. He knows he is. He's basically giving me the truck straight up, and then I give him $3,000, which he's going to let me work off, which is freaking amazing. Because even if I want to do an engine rebuild with my mechanic, which is cheap, it's $10,000. If I wanted to do an engine swap for a used engine is anywhere from $300 to $4,500 plus like $3,000 for the swap. So we're still looking at almost $7,000. So he's basically giving me a great truck. So I think that's a great truck, and $3,000 on top. He's basically bending backwards, that he doesn't have to do that. But I know God is involved here. And my uncle might generally just be like, damn, my nephew's been through a lot of crap. His life has been hard to him. And he probably, maybe out of his heart, he just says, hey, you know what, this guy deserves a break. But I truly believe that God is involved in this. I know people have been praying for my situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy about that. I'm super excited. I can't wait this weekend to get down there. I'll show you guys video. I'll make a little video showing you what that truck looks like. Like, again, remember, it's a 2000. On the outside is decent. It actually still has my New York Giants stickers on there that I put on it when I was driving it, which is cool. But I know my uncle just put a new chrome bumper on. It's going to look real nice when I put my headlights on there. So I'm super excited about this. So your boy Darkkell, it's official. I'm not going back to Kenworth. I'm not doing it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to be basically trading a Century for another Century. And my uncle's going to, he'll probably take those $3,000 that I'm going to give him. And he's probably got already someone that's going to give him an engine. And he's probably going to get that fixed and sell it. He got options that I don't have, but he's helping me out at the moment. I'm grateful to him. I'm in debt to him. I'm never going to forget this, and I'm going to make this happen. So your boy Darkkell is going back to Maybach in the Century, and that's it, man. We're gonna be back in the red and black Maybach in the Century, and I am gonna be painting that Century all black. It's gonna be nice, man. So that's what it is, guys. Got videos coming up of things I'm gonna be doing to that truck. Obviously, Oki's coming with me to that truck. I'm gonna put the extension shifter on there, so we get to build another truck from scratch, man. So that's what it is, man. I just can't wait to get this weekend and see how bad the interior is, because I'm telling you, I'm actually gonna let you guys see what it looks like before I touch it, and then I'll show you what it looks like after. Because the first time I went in that truck, it was banged up. Like someone threw a grenade in there, man. And then, you know, I invested some money and I got it looking nice, but I know it's banged up again. Because my uncle just hit all he cares about the engine, which is what is important. The truck's running good, but I know the engine, I know the interior is banged up. But a little bit of love from Darkkell, and he's gonna get fixed. Like I said, he's gonna let me take some parts from my dashboard to put on there to make it look decent. And I'm gonna put my steering wheel in there and, you know, transferring all my stuff over, man. So truck's gonna look good. You know, I'll show, like I said, I'll show you guys what it looks like on the outside once I get there, and what it looks like on the inside. And then I'll be showing you a video of how it looks like as I go along. You know, I already got guys in Orlando gonna paint it for me for a good price. It's gonna be getting painted like a matte, like a satin hot rod black. So keep, you know, just stand by for the updates. Just 11 minutes to change, got into it big time. So just giving you guys an update of what's going on with your boy Darkkell. I'm glad coronavirus is closing. You know, we're opening back up. We got to open up. They need to open the churches back up, because they're opening. Either Walmart's never closed. They're opening up pools, opening up bars. They're opening bars, but you won't open a church. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying? You got to open up the churches, man. You got to get the churches opened up. So I'm excited about everything. I truly believe that this is going to get good. I like what's going on in Washington, D.C. with the truckers that have been up there blowing horns, getting Trump's attention. I like what's going on. These brokers are going to pay for what they did during coronavirus, gouging our prices. You know, it's just straight up abuse what they did. They need to be controlled. There needs to be some laws put in place to control their asses, and that's going to happen because God watches everything. And it's time for, you know, the truckers to come through. We're going to get back up. Trucking's always up and down. We've been down already for a while, and it's about to go up. And that's what it is, man. So your boy Darkkell going back to Maybach, and the new Century was the old 2000 Century, which is perfect because it's still EOD. It's EOD compatible, man. It's the year that's just there, so it's excellent, man. I'm super excited about it. I'll keep you guys posted. Let me stop rambling. Let me keep posting, you know, puffing on my cigar, and you guys will see pictures coming up. Matter of fact, I won't post this video up. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll post it up. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I think I'll probably post this video up, and then I'll show you pictures of the next video when I go see. I'll do another short video. Anyway, I'm already into the 12-minute mark, so let me end this right now, guys. God bless. Stay up. When you're down, you're never really down. As long as you got God in your life, you always got to keep your eyes up. Don't ever put yourself in the box. And if you fall in the box, remember there's always a way out. And that's through the Lord Jesus Christ. Keep the rubber down, guys, and stay safe. Your boy Darkkell. Peace.